Greetings. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live once again. And listen, Fizz coming in with the flames, with the fire. Let's get those likes up. I know a few have been in here. Had to wrap up a couple videos before I started. It just had to get done. A lot of times, man, I'll do a video or whatnot, and if I got something else to do, it'll fleet my mind. So I need to get it done, right? And I need to get it done right on time. Bars. Bobby Collins, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Bobby Collins in the building. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. We have the new topic of the day. Of course, that's the only fight really worth talking about this year. Is it was the undisputed, but it is the unified, the rematch. Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson the Gypsy King Fury in Riyadh, okay, Saudi Arabia. Any shirts for sale? Bobby Collins. I got a new vendor, so inbox me for details, you guys. So that's going to be lit. You know, you got shirts like this, of course, which is a brand shirt. Counterpunch Boxing News. Samuel Cossington. Hi, buddy, from New Zealand. New Zealand in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you, Samuel. But no, back to the shirts. The shirts are available to purchase, so just hit me up. And but yes, I have the original lady that doing my first generation shirt. She's back on the scene and she's ready to be mean, and she's coming with those shirts, you know. So the Magic Mountain 33, I think Tyson Fury will try to get Usyk out of there in 5 rounds, or he knows he'll lose. Agree. I don't know. I think he'll try something dynamic. I think Tyson will try, based on what we've learned about Tyson Fury lately. Tyson Fury, you know, he's becoming a bigger dude. He's a lot bigger now, you know. Tyson can't hang around with Usyk with stamina. I don't think Tyson is conditioned or ever been conditioned to hang with someone like that. A smaller guy that can move, that he knows that he packs a punch. And the punches are, I think, precision punches, but they're based on the ability to still able to punch at a certain limit. So, okay, let's look at 2 different southpaws. We got Oleksandr Usyk and we have Zhilei Zhang. Okay, Zhang's much bigger than Usyk. Zhang's 6'6", Usyk's 6'3". Zhang's 290, Usyk's 230, or 223 to be exact, right? So, you got 2 southpaws. Zhang hits like a wrecking ball, but can Zhang do that 9, 10, 11th round? See, here's the thing. Who really hits harder in the 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th round? Zhang or Usyk? See, a lot of times we're looking at this big, massive unit of Zhang and Wilder and Fury and Joshua and Joyce. All of these guys, Joyce is an exception because he has a gas tank. You know, that's exceptionally different. But most big guys, you know, they have problems going a long distance, right? Remember when AJ acted out after he got his ass whooped in the match? You guys remember that? You know, he doesn't throw combinations like Jack Dempsey because I'm 18 stones. That's why. It's his hard work. I'm tired. Saying that because it's hard for someone big, carries that much muscle, umph, and whatever, to continue to punch at a certain limit or at a certain rate or at a certain power limit. Okay. A power level at 9, 10, 11, and 12. You're not punching the same in those championship rounds as you are in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th rounds. So the Magic Mountain 33, to answer your question, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. But, you know, keep in mind, Stuart, what's up, brother? Everything's good, you know? But keep in mind, it's the fighters that are able to hold and hoard their stamina like Usyk. You know, it's like, oh, does he punch hard? He punches hard enough, but the thing is, he still punches hard enough in later rounds that gives you something in later rounds to worry about. Okay? Happy Monday, Kurt. Aaron Edson, appreciate you, brother. Happy Monday to you as well. Stuart, I'm 18. I'm 18 stone. He was pissed. No, wait, I'm talking. Oh, because he wrapped the Ukraine flag around him. They're like, dude, I want my flag back. And AJ was just like, he was trying to say one of those magical speeches because that's his hometown. And if you know anything about, if you, well, no, he was actually in Saudi Arabia. So he felt he had to explain himself on why he didn't win. You know what I mean? But before we get into Joshua, let's go back to Usyk. Usyk was still able to do that and to fight after Joshua shot his wad. Bigger fighter shot his wad in the ninth. Usyk came back in the 10th. That was punching just as hard. That was throwing more punches. That was still in the game, in the fight, ready to still trade, duck, dodge, slip, still active, still defensively sound. Those are what the things and the attributes that Oleksandr Usyk has. You know, I think Usyk will win again, buddy. He knows he can hurt Fury. It's crazy. I'm doing a live stream tomorrow because we're gonna be shooting out live streams about all about heavyweights because nothing's left. I mean, we have some possible fights that are coming up. Eubank and Connor, maybe. Connor Ben versus Mario Barrios. That's a good. Ryan Garcia's doing a exhibition. So what? Usyk was in peak condition. Wang won. Kurt. Drayton Zogi, comment you. Samuel says, I think Usyk will win again, buddy. He knows. Okay, I already did that. Quan's big guns in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I hope you still remember me. You're a legend. Drayton Zogi. I won't forget that name. Definitely. Yeah, man, I've been in the game for a while, and still counterpunching. That's what I'm talking about. And it's weird because things are changing in the YouTube world with shorts and TikTok and bullshit like that. But, I do some shorts when I can. It's Christmas time, so money's getting tight. We had a drought last year, to say the least, because we were all on strike. So people were in there, people were around, money. So people who are doing really bad, but nonetheless, boxing stayed where it was at. And the people that were on top are not on top. That's the beauty of boxing to me. Because at any given moment, in any given fight, one punch could change anything, especially in the heavyweight division. But I think that's everywhere 160 and up. 160 all the way up to heavyweight. You get caught with that one shot. That one shot may be it, especially at heavyweight. Timothy Fitzgerald. Counterpunch to you. Why is boxing so quiet? Why no one fighting it no more? I mean, because Jake Paul just fought, and the people that were supposed to be following Turkey Al Sheikh's lead, they're following Jake Paul's ass. Why are you following Jake Paul? Jake Paul has done what he needed to do for himself and his crew and the people that support Jake Paul, the YouTube community, okay? And that's it. For the people that like to see Jake Paul duke it out in the ring, but that's only spectators that support. It was supposed to be. Let me explain something to you guys. Jake Paul was supposed to have been like Facebook was in 2004. It was supposed to have been only for the college. It's supposed to be for the world until it was. Now Jake Paul he's exposed to the world. People want to fight him that have no business calling his name. I mean, absolutely none. None at all. So it's like, hey, what the hell? What the hell is this about? You would be awesome as a commentator ringside. Samuel, appreciate you. It's coming. Bro, it's coming. Don't worry. Those days are coming. Trust me. Kurt, do you think it's better for boxing if Fury wins? Yes. But then who knows? I'm gonna answer. I answered like that because you would think that because let's say Tyson Fury beats Usyk, he will then, as he's already told us, if you guys don't know, let me reiterate, let me retort what he said. Tyson Fury said, if I beat Oleksandr Usyk, I will be the best fighter in the world. Or, no, no, he said the best fighter ever. So if he's the best fighter ever, think about this. What would that do to the ego? What would that do to his reputation? People that, the Fury fanboys, which they've been humbled, so they've been bearable. But if that happens and he beats Usyk and he stops Usyk and he's the first person to do it, bro, Tyson Fury will then, his father, the Furies all together will. Oh yeah, they're gonna party. You're gonna see them at the bar. You're gonna see them at the club. You're gonna see them everywhere. You're gonna see Tyson Fury drunk because he's gonna be celebrating and waddling in his own success because he's done something that no one else has done, and he's already set it up and put himself in position. Right? You look like a PE teacher. Nah, used to be a sub teacher years ago. So what would happen with that? He probably wouldn't get Usyk a rematch. He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to fight AJ, and the reason we wouldn't want to fight AJ because AJ hasn't done what he's supposed to do. He's gonna blast AJ. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Tyson Fury beats Usyk. He's gonna do this, and this is what he's going to say. Mark my words. Archive this live. He's gonna say, you know what? Why would I fight the bodybuilder when the bodybuilder was too scared to fight the other stiff bodybuilder, Daniel Dubois? They're both like rock'em sock'em slow robots. I'll take the belt from Dubois and tell him to stick the IBF up his ass. I don't want it. I'll just take him out and I'll beat him, but I don't want his belt. AJ, he's a big fat sausage. He's a dulcer. He didn't even want to fight AJ. He was scared. And Ed Hearn was scared to death. They don't want any of me. They don't want to fight the young lad. They didn't want it because he got destroyed. I'll beat Anthony Joshua 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. That's what I'll do to Anthony Joshua. But he doesn't deserve an opportunity because every time he gets an opportunity to fight the Gypsy King, he comes up short. That's what he does. He comes up short. So I don't have time to be dealing with AJ. AJ has always been a big fat dulcer that was protected by a pie. That's what he was. He doesn't have skill and he can't fight like me. He's nowhere on my level. I'm done with AJ. That's what'll happen. And then what would we be left with? That's the question. If Tyson beats Usyk, who would we be left with? I want Usyk to win and fight Dubois. I think Dubois would knock out Usyk. He has a good chance because he's young. I don't think he'll quit. I don't know what Usyk will have after the Tyson fight. It's so unforeseen because understand this about fights, people. We talk about fights being made. There are fighters that are actually fighting these fights. Once you fight these fights, once you go to war in the ring, once you take 130 punches to the head, wear and tear, bruises, abrasions, millions of brain cells, right? Beaten out of you. You're not the same person. You understand that? These fights that these fighters fight take a toll on their bodies, each and every one of them. Seriously. These fights that these fighters are in, that's why you have to realize and recognize and support and respect and appreciate the fighters. Because these fighters, it's easy for us to say, well, all Usyk has to do is beat Fury, and then he beats him again, then all he had to do is fight Dubois. Listen, let me tell you something. Dubois is 27 years old. And even Dubois had his share of wear and tear. Come on now, broken eye bone from Joe Joyce. The scare with Lerena. He fought Jarrell Miller. Took punches from Jarrell. Then took a gang of right hands from Philip Hergovic. Remember him? Then took on Joshua. Look, he's been there. Okay, but he is nowhere, I don't feel, where Usyk is with his conditioning and the punches that he took. Usyk may be defensively sound. Usyk may be one of the best fighters, and which I know of this generation. But Usyk, with his style, takes punches, takes damage. See, he's not a boring fighter. Dude's all. You guys, I'm a big Tekken fan. And I play Tekken. I play it with my nephews, all the time. Right. And I noticed that Usyk has that Jin style. If you notice, like Jin, you can make the sensitivity of the movement faster, and he's all, you know what I mean? But that's Usyk. Usyk is a guy that he wears you out by feints, movement, and boxing, and quick boxing, because he thinks fast. A fast thinker, absolutely. Retro gaming, angry gamer, Tekken, absolutely. KD, Arizism in the building. St. Don, Joshua was beat up by Dubois and then ducked him. He is no longer in the conversation. St. Don, that is exactly what Tyson Fury will say. And God forbids, don't let him fight Daniel and beat him. Oh, it's over. Because Tyson, come on. Tyson has already drove a wedge in between a Joshua fight by beating Dubois. So he will go, you know what? I've already beat Dubois. It was very easy, to be fair. He's a big, stiff Dulcer, just like Anthony Joshua beats Joshua. What do you think Joshua's going to do with me? Monday? Isn't the deadline? Usyk is tricky, too. He's always feigning high and low and coming in and away and never gives the moment to regroup. Nope. That's how he pressures you, though. He pressures you with those movements because he's a dancer. Anybody that can dance can move their feet. Usyk has strong ankles, bro. You have to give it to him. Anybody that can move like that, oh yeah. And they're conditioned to that degree and can still do that against younger guys. Then understand he's already beaten Usyk, Dubois. Usyk's already beat Danny Dubois, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Derek Chisora, Tony Bellew. He's pretty much wiped out. Joe Joyce, let's throw him in there. Oh, he beat Joe Joyce? Yes, he did. He beat him in the WSB. He beat him in the WSB, bro. And that's with no headgear. Sure, it was 6 rounds. Oh, Danny Dubois would have beat him. How do you know that? Do we know that now? What we know about Joe Joyce? What happened to Joe Joyce? Yeah. Let's ask you this question. Would Joe Joyce be the same Joe Joyce if he wouldn't have ran into the big wall, bang, zang? Would he been the same dude? That's the question you ask yourself. Would he be that same guy? The only way Joshua deserves to fight Fury is if Fury loses to Usyk. And a lot of people are looking at that, and I think that's a sad outcome too. You're waiting and hoping on a loser. That's piss poor. Instead of understanding, I just got my ass beat by Daniel Dubois, so I think I need to get back there and get me some get back. That's what I think. A lot of people might be, no. Joshua needs, and see, here's the thing. I don't care what Joshua, who Joshua fights next, as long as it's Dubois. Which that probably won't be, because what'll happen is when Zhang and Bakali bang it out, whoever comes out of that fight's going to expect an outcome of delivery because they've done what they're supposed to do to become number one. Okay, so they're going to expect something in return of fighting a hard-ass fight like that. You think Zhang fighting Bakali is going to be an easy task for any of those fighters? Unless someone gets a quick knockout. But I don't see that happening either. I see these guys going in, doing what they're supposed to do, doing the best that they can do, and making it a good fight, but a hard fight. So whoever wins that damn hard fight, no redos, no rematches, this is for the number one IBF. So whoever the IBF winner is, you know the IBF is going to ride for whoever the winner is. So they're going to tell them, hey, Dubois, your voluntary's up. Now it's time to take these guys on. Whoever that winner is. Either it's Zhang or it's Bakali. And what's sad about it, if Zhang beats Bakali, that don't mean Bakali won't beat Dubois. Even if Zhang goes on to beat Dubois, or Dubois beats Zhang. Zhang beats Bakali, right? Zhang loses to Dubois. You think that Bakali can't beat Dubois? That's the crazy thing about boxing. But you only got one shot. And that's the shot. That's the avenue, the IBF avenue, the IBF to go into this particular fight. Like, yo, this is what we need to do. This is who's going to win. If you guys win, you get in. Okay? Bars. Usyk doesn't have to stop Joyce. He just really outpoint him. True. Who's Hahachi of the division? Probably Zhang, because he's older, right? Zhang is the Hahachi of the division. AJ is still the cash cow, so people will keep calling him out. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it will people that won't be worth him wanting to fight because they either would be too tough or too risky for AJ to take another loss, so the fight won't happen anyway. That fight won't happen anyway. I don't think Bakali can beat Dubois. Bakali would get it worse than AJ or Hrgovic. I don't know. I have no idea about these fighters. But I can tell you Dubois can fight. And see, Dubois, though, he likes to take it to you. But understand, Dubois has a pretty nice foot rhythm going when he comes. See, Dubois is big, and he comes in and out. He bounces in and out. And he's learned to use his footwork, and he's front foot dominant. So what happens is he uses that jab, but he's going to jab and then jab. And that jab, understand something about that jab. That jab, it's powerful as hell, but it's also there to set up other shots. That's what he's putting that power. So when he bow, 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 then he will get to you and he will jab you and get you on the ropes. And if he can get Bakali on the ropes, he can do something very, 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 very effective. Okay, Joshua had a chance at a title shot. He has to go down the pecking order. Yeah, I mean he should, but will he? No, because boxing's not fair, St. Don. It's not fair. It's to the point now where boxing is all about money. Joshua ain't done. Hell, Deontay Wilder ain't done. So Joshua ain't done. He had no problems closing the distance in his last couple fights. He got right in there. He did. But understand what's coming back. Understand, will Martin Bakali himself be able to counter? See, Dubois is shorter. Not that much shorter, though. He's 6'4". Bakali's 6'6". He's about Anderson's height. Keep that in mind. Dubois is about Anderson's height. So when Dubois comes in, Dubois has a balanced attack, and he does bring it to you. And he doesn't come with bullshit. He just doesn't come with movement like Jared did. Jared came with movement and, and he comes in with these shots, and they're not heavy shots. Dubois is going to come with some power. He ain't going to come with pussy shots. He's going to come with heavy shots. Shots that matter. Shots that have some sit down on them. He ain't going to come like Anderson. He's not going to come with him with those. He's not. Bakali has very fast hands. That's what I'm saying. And here's the thing about Bakali. I want to see that fight, me personally, because Bakali has faster hands than Dubois, but Dubois can move better than Bakali. So can Dubois move better to get out of the shots of the faster-handed Bakali? That's the question you ask yourself. Give Wilder a tune-up, and he will be able to come back and beat guys like Hrgovic, but not the elite. Well, here's the thing. And shout out to the LDBC. You know why? They never gave up on him. Most people that rode with certain groups or a certain fighter, they would always be there until that fighter wasn't there. When that fighter took a L, they would scatter like roaches. Not the LDBC. Them cats are 100% bona fide supporters, worshipers, whatever you want to call them. Support Deontay Wilder. Who's promoting Hunter? I have no idea. AR. Assault rifle. That's assault rifle. I have no idea. None. Joshua and Wilder should fight if Cash they're king. I think Joshua. I think Wilder. No, I think Wilder's going to go and follow the cab. What I mean by that is he's not going to fight Joshua right now. He's going to fight Ngannou. So this is how it works. He's following the formation of the other kings. Tyson started it by getting his ass bashed and beat around by Ngannou, but still won a decision. Joshua knocked out Ngannou. Then now Ngannou fights the other one-hand cannon, Deontay Wilder. Now we can see what Deontay can do with him. So now the discussion will remain. Okay, see, in a lot of people's eyes, Ngannou is 1-1. Right? He's one loss against Tyson because a lot of people think he won. He got knocked out by Joshua. And then now it's time to see where he falls. Can he beat Wilder? And that may be a good fight, but see, understand, Wilder is a guy, he ain't going to fight you on the inside. He is like a He is like a Lawrence Okolie, right? He will take you, will hit you and catch you on the inside if he can catch you. If he can hit Francis coming in, he can knock Francis out too. Because I don't think Francis anticipated this type of punch or these type of punches. I don't think that he anticipated boxers hitting that hard. But understand, this is not the UFC. This is not the MMA. This is not Pride. This is boxing. Okay? Yes, you need your legs to punch. But understand, how many times have you seen a punch? How on average, how many punches you seen a boxer actually throw in a lifetime? Million? Hundreds of thousands? Muscle memory much? Yeah, bro, it's no comparison. Where an MMA guy, his best attribute or his most power comes from his legs with kicks and, thrust kicks and teep kicks and, crest kicks and side kicks and roundhouses and spin hook kicks and, all types of shit like that. Knees, right? Elbows. Those type of things are attributes in UFC because they have more that they can use. But if you're just using these and you get your ass in there being an MMA guy, yeah, you got these too, but you're not accustomed to only using these. You're accustomed to using everything. Knee, feet, shin. Okay, because a lot of people get knocked out by getting hit in the shin with legs, right? So they use your legs, feet, elbows, etc. Where if you only limit yourself to these, right here, if you only limit yourself to these, right here, it's a difference. And you get hit by a guy that only uses these because he's a pure or a boxer only. You're not going to. I don't think he expected that. He didn't expect that shit from Joshua. I believe it was Eddie Hearn who said that. It's already been stated that AJ is not taking the Dubois rematch. No, he's not. He's not taking it right now. Absolutely not. Ngannou is a beast. Tyson Fury embarrassed boxing that day. AJ had the power to sleep him, and AJ redeemed us. Well, then AJ gets knocked out. Don't you love boxing? I mean, people are sad, though, and we need to stop moping, sobbing. I'm here to wake everybody's ass up. Listen, there's going to be more boxing matches. Okay, the biggest fight is coming for the rematch of Tyson Fury taking his first ass whooping to Oleksandr Usyk that he's trying to give his first ass whooping to. It's exciting. This is what we're talking about. This is why we're supposed to be here. Not lingering, pining over one fighter. Listen, Anthony Joshua He'll be back, but he lost. Let's live with it. Tyson Fury is trying to come back to show us that, hey, he is one of the best, if not the best of this generation. All of them has been beat. Unless you have handpicked your fighters to the fucking core, you will be beat if you keep fighting the elite. Bars. Okay? And that's the truth. That's the only thing I can tell you. That is the truth. Kurt, would you like to see Fury? Would you like to go see Fury and Usyk? Sharing car? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? Absolutely. Bruce Lee, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. But I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Absolutely. Bro, I love that. Aaron Edson in the building. Great counterpunch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, it's the man that knows how to use what he's practiced. That's the moral of that story. If you guys didn't get that from Bruce Lee, he majored in philosophy, going to school up in Seattle. Okay. So it is what it is. I think Ngannou would KO Fury in the rematch. Fury couldn't hurt him, and Ngannou didn't know. Let's see. Didn't know what to do. Now he does. Well, here's the thing. I think if anything, hold on just a second, guys. Okay, I am back in action. Okay, now Fury had never been in a shape that he could just box well. Retro gaming, angry gamer. Okay, I believe that, and that's what the point I was trying to make when talking about Tyson Fury and Usyk. Usyk has been Tyson. I think honestly, the hardest that he's ever worked. I mean, the absolute hardest Tyson Fury has ever worked as far as conditioning and training and working out is to get himself back from the dark, fat, sunken place that he was in when he had gained all that work and all that pounds, all that weight. That was probably the worst part or the worst time or the hardest that he's ever worked. But get this, he's worked hard to get back to a certain level that's doable, but not exceptional. You guys hear what I just said on that issue? Tyson Fury worked hard enough to get himself back to where and what was doable. It'll do, but what was it really? How and who could he beat? He could beat a Wilder. But so for him and his story of being 400 pounds and then coming back down to one or two, what was he, 267? So he lost like 130 some odd pounds. And him and Ben Davison got together and he took time with his friend Ben Davison. Shout out to Tyson. That's what friends do for each other. He stayed there with Tyson. He made sure Tyson didn't go back under. He made Tyson come to the gym. He whipped him into shape. I know he had to feed him well or feed him the right type of things. He might have looked like a wet rag with all that wet, loose skin, but he lost all that weight with Ben Davison. Okay. But I think that's the hardest he's ever had to work. The only problem was Tyson Fury didn't work as hard getting himself back to where he needed to go. He got himself back to where he probably was when he beat Klitschko. Bars. Understand that, people. Zhang said announce his opponent today. What? Zhang said announce his opponent today? Zhang can't throw more than 10 punches per round after 6 rounds. Macaulay's stamina is much better than Zhang's. It's supposed to be. Christopher. Savidra. No. Savidra. Yeah. Saavedra. Okay. It's supposed to be. St. Don's Macaulay's gas tank isn't much better than Zhang. But listen, I think it is better though. But understand this. We talked about this last night in our live, okay? Mark Macaulay with his, I think, and it's ironic because he's known as the destroyer. But let's put Zhang in a situation that he was in with Michael Hunter. You guys say, well, he's learned a lot since that loss. Yeah? Well, let's see. Let's see him go in there with someone that pushes him, someone that he can't just chop down and beat the shit out of like he did Jared Anderson. Let's see what he does when he's actually getting tagged and he's getting punched and he's taking shots, right? Let's see what happens then. That's why I want to see the Dubois fight, because one thing we know about Dubois, he's a solid bloke. And that's one thing we need to understand about Dubois. He's solid now. Yeah, he had some hiccups, some slips, some falls, some trips. But he's solid. He's a solid bloke now. He's a full-grown ass man. 27-year-old, naturally built, muscular, bad motherfucker. That's him, and they need to put some respect on his name. That's what Daniel Dubois is right now. He's getting smaller recognition, but then you still have guys like Fury, Usyk, Joshua, and they're still doing this big candidate, red carpet type stuff. You know what I mean? And I think he needs a good PR team. I do honestly think Daniel Dubois needs a good PR team. I would say something, but I'm going to hold that. I'm not even going to talk. His back fat jiggles when he walks. I know we're talking about Tyson. You gotta stop. That is some funny shit though. The magic back. I can punch once. I can punch twice. I show you magic. Oh man, St. Don. The only reason he starched Anderson the way he did was because Anderson was dumb enough to stay in front of Macaulay. I can believe that. But see, I don't think that Anderson knew any other way to beat someone like that on top of the perception. Think about that, what I just said. On top of the perception that of stature, the stature of Dubois. Let me show you guys something. Okay. Dubois is like, he's the statue. That's his stature. This is Dubois' stance. Right? That's his stance. He's just slowly, carefully trying to Someone that punches like that, moves that slow, and punches that fast, bro, I'm telling you, listen. I think that was the deception. I think that was a deception right there. For me, Usyk, Triple D, and Bakali are top three heavyweights. Interesting. I think Jared Anderson would beat Fury. Probably would. Chick Chigarelli, counterpunch to you, brother. Somebody getting out of line. I love it. Oh my. Any UFC guys on my prelim could smash all boxing champs. Oh my word. He's back again, people. Shout out to oh my word. Chinese Zhang. Bakali landed a few heavy shots on Hunter. Hunter took them all. Hunter's tough. Hunter, though, let me tell you something about Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter, I feel, will always be avoided. I think this is what Michael Hunter needs to do. And I'm going to tell Michael this as soon as I get off this live. I'm going to tell Michael Hunter exactly what I'm going to tell everyone else. So I don't like saying something about a fighter or anybody that I can't say to that person. But you guys are going to hear it first. You know what I'm going to tell Michael Hunter personally? I'm going to tell Michael Hunter he needs to have two shitty fights. Michael Hunter needs to have two, not one. Needs to have two shitty fights. He needs to be consistently showing signs of age, even when he's showing signs of age. That's what he needs to do. Okay, that's what it is. Oh my word. You know what? That's Connor Bonner. Oh my word is Connor Bonner. Yep. Now, yeah. Yeah, you seen that, right? Skrilla 50. You got him. Yeah. So Hunter is another fighter that has let his career run away. St. Don, he's going to have to show us two shitty or just shitty performances. That's how, and then because people are going to understand what Hunter is. Hunter's in a good position, but he's in a dangerous position. Let me explain to you how. Martin Bakali, if he beats Zhang, will be the number one IBF contender, right? Okay, that being said, the only person that beat him is Michael Hunter. Well, people don't want to necessarily fight Michael because Michael's dangerous. He's sparred half the people that are top right now. The only person that beat him was Oleksandr Usyk. Well, damn, he's right up there with Fury, isn't he not? He's supposed to gave Tyson Fury the business in amateurs a long time ago anyway. He sparred with AJ, sparred with all of them, basically. So people knew, we don't want to mess with him. You think Dubois want to fight someone like Michael Hunter if he didn't want to fight someone like Joseph Parker? Let me say that again. Do you think Danny Dubois would want to fight someone like Michael Hunter if he didn't want to fight someone in the days of reckoning like Joseph Parker? Zhang should be fighting Parker. Zhang should be fighting Parker, and I don't know why he's not fighting Parker. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you win, you actually lose, and sometimes you lose, you actually win. Sometimes you win, you actually tie. Shout out to my baby, Rosie Perez building. It's true Kurt Hunter whooped Fury in the amateurs. Okay. But understand this too. He's not going to get the opportunity like that. They're not going to give Michael Hunter something like that. Michael Hunter's just going to have to look shitty enough. He's going to have to look shitty enough. If Michael's on here right now, he's heard it now, but I will tell him when I get off, I promise. He's going to have to look shitty. He's going to have to look depleted. He's going to have to look like he looked in that exhibition over there in Uzbekistan, I think it was. Wasn't it Uzbekistan he came there and fought that shitty exhibition? I mean, hey, I'm for him. He needs some bread. Hey, I'd have done it too. So it is what it is. Um, Chinese media, but I think is O's can see it. I don't know what that is. Kurt, Triple D versus Parker will be a good to see how Triple D handles a mover after Usyk. Well, Jarrell Miller said that. And, I believe Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller said that they didn't want to fight Parker, meaning they, meaning Team Dubois, meaning his dad, meaning Don Charles. They didn't want to fight Parker, right? Because Parker moved too much, right? Okay, see, you know why I believe that? Nobody else said shit. You think, did anybody else contest to what Jarrell Miller was saying? No, because it was true. See, if it was false, what Jarrell said, they would have said, no, that's absolute lie. We wanted to fight Joseph Parker, this is that, and together. No, 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 no. They didn't even respond to that comment that Jarrell Miller mentioned in front of all those panels of heavyweights and light heavyweights and cruiserweight, which is Jaya Pataya, right? He needs Turkey Al-Sheikh in his career. He does. CC Motion 1998 in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Hunter never fought Fury in the amateurs. Fake news. Fake news. Excuse me. Fake news. I just grabbed him by the. Nah. Oh man, Michael Hunter even clocked the ref on the beak. Damn, that was funny. Ref tried to get between to stop the fight. Was on slow mo, getting popped. Parker is not good look. Parker's not a good look. That's probably why they didn't want to fight him. But if they didn't want to fight him, what makes you think he would want to fight Michael Hunter? They better pray Michael. Look. Michael Hunter just needs to look bad for like 2 fights. But he can't lose them. But he has to look bad. He can't look good. He can't lose. You know, because if he loses, everything will be gone anyway. Because he hasn't lost since Chicago, right? When he fought Oleksandr Usyk in Chicago. I think Hunter has really regressed, to be honest. Kurt, you just like him. No, no. I've seen him fight. I've seen him fight lately. He knows how to turn it up. You know. Oh, Isaac, I've seen him fight. It ain't because I like him. Yeah, I think he's a cool guy, but I just think that, you know, he still has some fights left. He's still competable. I heard Parker had piled on pounds like he's prepping for Dubois. He might be. But then again, that may be his downfall. I think he needed to be a little lighter to fight Dubois to give him an advantage in footwork, and that's the reason why I don't think they wanted to fight him in the first place, based on the fact that his ability to move. If he gets heavy like most Kiwis and Islanders do eventually by packing on useless, empty ass pounds, he may lose to Dubois. I think that's the wrong formation. I think that's the wrong route. Parker would have probably beat Dubois at that time as well. He probably would have. Because I remember that fight. I mean, he fought Jarrell Miller. I mean, it was okay. But I think Parker was more focused on Deontay. Even though both, now, don't get me wrong, both guys, Parker and Daniel Dubois, did a hell of a job. They both did what they supposed to do. They both followed the game plan. They both had the right people in the corner. But understand this too. Joseph Parker wouldn't fight Daniel Dubois. He's fighting Deontay, and then his Deontay's reputation. What happened the last time he fought? He knocked somebody's spark out in less than a round. So yeah, you better be on your P's and Q's against Deontay, the bronze bomber Wilder, because that's what he's known for. Ask everybody that he's ever fought, he's ever dropped him or stopped him. That streak stopped with Parker in 2023. But before that, he either knocked him down or knocked him out. Everybody. Every single person that he's ever been in there with. Tell me that guy ain't dangerous. So yeah, Parker was focused on him. Now the question is, would Parker be focused on Daniel like that? Like he would be someone dangerous or with the reputation of Deontay Wilder? Would he be more focused? That's the question. So Kurt, you still favor Michael to beat McCauley? I don't know about that, man. I can't say that though, but I know he knows how. See, we ain't seen McCauley in there with somebody experienced that knows him. That somebody, Michael, bro, it just shows you the levels between someone like Michael Hunter and someone like Jared Anderson. Even though Jared Anderson had the direct connection to the top, as long as he had to keep winning, he would have beat McCauley. He probably would have been looking at a championship opportunity next year, 2025. Think about it. Yeah, of course he would have. Then he had probably had to fight Zhang anyway. So it would probably have been a hard road or Caballero. So think about if, because there wouldn't have been no Bacali if Jared Anderson would have beat Bacali, right? Bacali would have went away. So then you would have had Jared Anderson. Then Jared Anderson would have who? He would be in line to fight Caballero, which I don't know if Caballero would have left out of that fight because that probably would have been a winnable fight. But he had to fight Caballero. It would have been a hard road for Jared. But understand, if he would have kept winning the next two fights, if he'd have beat McCauley and then beat Caballero or Zhang, he would have been right there at the IBF mandatory to take on Daniel Dubois. So, yeah. But understand, Michael Hunter didn't have that particular connection. He didn't have Frank Warren. He don't have those type of connects like that. And he was the one that actually beat the guy that had all those connects. And his name was Jared Anderson. Quan, big guns, either knows his stiff or ain't got a clue. Kurt, has Fury ever fought Hunter in the amateurs? Let's look that up. I didn't see the fight. I don't see Michael lying, but let's prove it. Okay. Michael Hunter versus Tyson Fury amateurs. Okay, Michael Hunter insists that he beat Tyson Fury in the amateurs fight despite judges awarding. Oh, wait a minute. Controversial. Hold on. Hold on. So, yeah, a fight did happen. So, this is from The Sun. Michael Hunter insisted he beat Tyson Fury in the amateurs fight despite judges awarding Gypsy King the win. Michael Hunter insisted that he beat him. The pair boxed in 2006 as part of an international competition between England and the U.S. in London. Okay. And Fury, 34, got the judges' nod, but Hunter reckons he got one over. The current WBC champion, which, this was 2022. Okay. So he was he was the WBC champion. Although the amateurs, everybody up in the ranks right now, they all know me. The only one that might say I had a tussle was Tyson Fury. Even back then, I didn't really see it as like I took an L because when it comes to the fighting, the scores make the difference. But when it comes to the actual fighters, he knows that I got one over on him. That's all I need him to know. Fury only has lost four times in the amateurs, including against David Price, but turned pro in 2008 after being denied a spot on the Beijing Olympic squad. Hunter failed to qualify for the same games, but did so 4 years later in London. He was knocked out in the first round by the current heavyweight champion, Artur Beterbiev. Ooh. So guess what? Michael Hunter was knocked out by Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs in 2012. So there you go, guys. I was on holiday in 2006. Never knew he fought Fury. Yep. Fury won on decision though. That was kind of an opinionated thing from Michael Hunter. But yeah, at least we know the truth. That sounded that really sounded like Hunter beat up Fury. LOL. He lost. He lost on points. But guess what, St. Don? Michael Hunter really got knocked out by Artur Beterbiev. Okay, but understand this is the amateurs. But so did he really get knocked out now? I just think he got overpowered by a guy that has heavy hands. See, someone like Artur Beterbiev should probably be fighting at heavyweight. He just decides not to. You know, no shame in getting KO'd by Beterbiev. I mean, everybody else besides Bivol does. So why wouldn't he? And when Fury fought Price in the pros, he put his forearm over Price's head against the ropes, pushed his head back, and hooked him. Is that legal? Nope. I mean, he did the same thing to Cunningham. Beterbiev has power. Yeah, he's a tough, rugged, powerful, chopping, relentless banger. That's Artur Beterbiev. He is something else. Okay. None of us knew that other than big guns. He can be better than Usyk. Bakoli is a top three heavyweight right now, and it was too early for him on that fight. Kurt, what do you think on Zapita versus Shakur? William versus Stevenson or Shakur? I don't know. I mean, when I hear Stevenson now, when I hear Shakur Stevenson, I immediately get disinterested. You know what I mean? I like his hands are already like Floyd's turned into, so you don't expect him to throw them like Pretty Boy Floyd used to. Can he box? Of course, he can box his ass off, but I think he has to incorporate another style, and that's probably why he did what he did against Dos Santos and others, where he did good against Oscar Valdez, and I was happy that he beat Valdez because I think Rob Consensal beat Valdez after Valdez failed a damn drug test and he blamed it on some kind of Mexican tea he was drinking. But of course, he was part of that Reynoso's clique, right? So there you go. Sabita throws many punches, too many punches. I don't think Shakur can fight negative with him. You'll be surprised. Price versus Fury was a good close battle too until Fury did that to Home on the ropes to KO him. Price versus Fury. I didn't think they fought. Are we talking about the amateurs? Mexican tea. Shakur is in the wrong sport. He should have anchored Noah Lyles in track and field. Bivol still is great. Jazz, I'm with you. I think people are trying to forget about Bivol because he lost that O. I think we need to stop that shit. I think we need to recognize and realize that it was a close fight, and Bivol needs to be understood, respected, not rejected. And remember, he has a little hellion of a ex-wife that's still after his money if she hasn't taken half of it by now. So, Kurt, would you like this spare ticket to go with me? I went to the first one. It was insane. Sharon Carr, you got an Instagram? If not, get with me. We'll talk. DeVille Kurt, that's my Instagram name. Just my name spelled backwards. So yeah, hit me up seriously. What's goody, Kurt? Counterpunch, CJ in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Mac Weed, and he just watched Hunter on Kurt's channel. Saying it. And Mac Weed, he just watched what? Yeah, he just watched Hunter on Kurt's channel. Yep, I'll look you up. Okay, brother. Sounds good. Sounds real good. Jazz, I think so. Smash that like button. Show your support for the channel and subscribe and share. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button. This is a pretty decent ratio with 51 people in here. We're raising the game. We're going. I'm gonna do more lives. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I do think about Tyson Fury. I have another video that's coming that's dropping soon in a couple hours about Tyson the Gypsy King. So I'll be traveling out tomorrow, going back down south. Okay, so I'll have a lot of videos, maybe about 4 or 5, maybe about 6 that you guys can check out, and I'll have them scheduled so you guys check it out. And we may do a live in the night because when I get back to my car, I want to do another live stream. Okay, so I think that'll be dope. But you guys, I'm about to jump off of here because I gotta eat again. I just worked out at the gym. Thank you guys for coming on. You guys have a blessed night. We're gonna see you tomorrow. And tomorrow, well, actually, it's gonna be tomorrow afternoon. It ain't gonna be at night, right? So it will be daytime for a little bit because the days are very short and the nights are very long. Okay, I always join when the stream is over. Ask Skip, what's up, brother? Hey, at least I got your shout out. Ask Skip in the building, the man with the wrench. Isaac, Quan's Big Guns, Stewart, the beauty of the pencil, retro gaming gamer. Just about to start that workout. Get it in, brother. Mac Cool, Mac Weed, cool. You guys been counterpunched. Everybody have a great night. Peace.